Alright, what is up guys? Today I'm going to be shooting on the Fujifilm X-T30. All the video will be shot on the 18-55 kit lens. And then as far as the images, I'm going to be using all manual lenses. So I have a 28 f3.5 from Nikon. I have a 80-200 Nikon f mount for Sigma, an old kind of crappy zoom lens. And then I have this 50-1.8. Right, and then as far as the actual adapter, this is the Photodiox Nikon F to Fuji X mount. And this thing is a tank. It's all metal. It's so far held up really well. It's not weather sealed, but that's not a huge complaint to me. The camera itself I'm using isn't even weather sealed. First impressions though, it's pretty damn sharp. You know, maybe get a little soft at the edges at like 1.8 and 2.8, but the minute you stop down to about 4 or 5.6, it is tack sharp. The manual focus on the Fuji is incredible. The peaking is so nice. It's super easy to use, super easy to understand. So I'm really looking forward to using these a little bit more, shooting some images, and I think these are just going to be kind of throwaway for review purposes, but yeah, it should be a fun day of shooting. It's a bit hot out, and it's kind of like the worst time of the day to shoot. It's like 2 in the afternoon, super sunny, super bright, but we'll see what we can do. We'll make it work.
Take this. It's my lucky charm. Be sure to bring it back to me.
Don't worry, I will.
Alright, so now that you've seen some of the images, I kind of want to just go over some of my favorites. And we'll start with this one right here. So this first image is a 1988 RX-7 that my friend just bought over in Wisconsin. And this thing looks incredible. And I know this is about the image, but this car is crazy. But this was shot, I think, with the 50-1.8. I just set it up on a bag, like a little camera bag that I have, and was just shooting up at the car, took a bunch of images, and this one was ultimately my favorite. In editing, I turned down the contrast and the highlights a fair bit, and that kind of gave those rear brake lights a kind of muted characteristic while still having that nice red glow. I don't know, I just think this image looks really cool. And if you actually look at it and zoom in, it's quite sharp. There's a lot of detail to be had there. You can see all the little scratches and bugs splattered on the back and stuff. And yeah, it's just one of my favorite images I think I took.
Don't ever forget.
This next image is actually from a local park. My friends and I had hiked up this big grassy hill, and kind of down below we could see a local restaurant. And they had this big billboard that was lit up bright yellow, and it really offered a super nice contrast between the dark foreground and super light sky. And I think this image was shot on the 28 f3.5 and then cropped in Lightroom. But looking at it, I think using the 50mm or the 80-200 to get kind of like a tighter close-up on the billboard could have provided a more interesting focus. But I really wanted to capture kind of the lightness of the sky and the darkness of the foreground. And if I were to change anything about it, I'd probably just go back and Photoshop out the little little pole in the bottom right hand corner, but it's not too distracting, so I'm not too worried about it. And overall, I really like this image and would not be mad about getting it printed or having it represent me as an artist. Alright, I'm going to include this final image because I can't really remember if any of the other images in here were taken with the 80-200 that I mentioned earlier. So this image was taken at a local flower garden with the 80-200 using a macro filter on the end. It came with just a screw-on little glass macro filter. And I don't know if it was the filter or if it was just the lens, but the images were a little bit softer than the others, had a little bit more chromatic aberration at the edges. But it still provided some fun macro images and a lot of potential. I really like the details shown in this one, and this image isn't anything groundbreaking, but I still think it looks really nice, so I figured I'd include it, just so you guys could see some results from the 80-200. Just wanted to say a quick thank you if you made it this far, and I really do hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna try and make a couple more like this, maybe just about the camera, or just going out shooting with some friends or something. But if you did like it, make sure to like and subscribe, and then you can follow me on Instagram for, semi-frequent posts. Alright, see you guys later.